Welcome back to Daytime here on Rogers TV, and he is a dangerous man to have in the studio with us. JimmyG, hypnotist from JimmyG's Hypnotic Comedy Show. Jimmy, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
We were hoping to have some folks who had been pre-hypnotized, but nobody went under?
Not today, not today. It's just one of those things that sometimes, people are a little bit antsy about it, and, when that happens, sometimes they just don't relax enough to allow themselves to go back into hypnosis.
The relaxation thing.
Is that the key?
Pretty much. I mean, everybody goes into hypnosis all day long, and the theory behind that is that there's 4 stages of consciousness. We're in beta right now. We're conscious. We're talking. There's the alpha stage when you're totally concentrated on something. There's theta when you're in deep hypnosis, and then there's delta when you're snoring.
Right?
You're out. Yeah, pretty much. And people go into hypnosis every day. I mean, especially when you're driving, that's probably one of the biggest examples of going into hypnosis. You're driving along, next thing you know, you're gone 6 blocks and you can't even remember that you just passed your destination.
So what is it about those 4 stages and the differences between them that makes the mind more susceptible to suggestions?
Well, it's a matter of just allowing yourself just to let your conscious mind shut off. And your subconscious mind is always going.
Yeah.
I mean, it runs all your internal organs, keeps your blood flowing, everything like that. Your conscious mind is when you're totally conscious. We're in a conscious state right now. We're aware. Once you let that shut off a little bit, the subconscious mind is wide open to suggestion. That's why I suggest never watch late night TV, because you could be buying Ginsu knives in the morning.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you do a comedy show, but there's a serious side to hypnosis. People use it for a variety of things to help them quit smoking, improve their memory.
Yes.
Ken, you were saying you could benefit
I could
from
definitely
that?
use it. I have a terrible memory. Is that something that... Is there a way you could help with that?
Yes, that's totally possible. I mean, all of our lives are as a result of what we think all the time. So, I mean, if you're walking around saying, oh, geez, I can never remember that person's name. Well, guess what? After you keep repeating that to yourself, you're not going to remember that person's name. Right?
Oh, that's
or you're
true.
not going to remember names, period.
So
because you're preconditioning yourself.
Just those negative thoughts are a form of self-hypnosis.
You're hypnotizing yourself.
To think that I have a poor memory. So what I
Exactly.
should be doing is saying I have a great memory.
Exactly.
I would do that, but I keep forgetting. Sorry. It's terrible.
Well, then that happens too.
So what kinds of things are we talking about? I mean, I think everybody's pretty familiar with using hypnosis to quit smoking. But what kinds of other things can you change? Can you help us deal with?
It's funny that you brought up the quit smoking, because after my shows, I get 4 or 5 people all the time, please help me quit smoking. I go, give me your cigarettes. And they go, you mean now? And I go, see, you don't want to quit. Smoking is such a pleasurable thing to smokers that they just go, maybe I should, but I don't really want to.
Right.
Weight loss, on the other hand, everybody wants to, and a lot of people are motivated to lose weight. And weight loss, there's been studies showing that it's up to even 30 times as effective as any other weight loss, say diet or fad or pills, that sort of thing, or programs. Hypnosis tops them all.
How does that
Interesting.
work?
Yeah. What exactly are you doing?
Basically, I mean, let's face it. When you look at, say, bodybuilders, supermodels, fitness models, people that are into fitness, their mindset is totally on always being healthy. They're going to drive by a fast food place and go, I'm not going there.
Yeah.
Right? On the other hand, people that are overweight are going to go, all right, coffee break, or I need to eat. That's the first place they're going to pull into. And it's just a subconscious mind. It's like, I need to eat. Here's a place. Done. Right? They might regret it afterwards.
Sure.
But the fitness people are going to go, I'm not even going there. I'm going to go home and have something healthy.
So how is that different from smoking, though? Because it's still a pleasurable, I mean, obviously, I go to that fast food place and I get pleasure out of that. That burger tastes good. So how do you make the distinction between the two?
It's a matter of reconditioning your constant thoughts. The best way to do that is through audio hypnosis programs, because since you go into the alpha and theta stages of consciousness when you go to sleep at night,
right.
If you're listening to a weight loss program, your conscious mind has shut off. Your subconscious mind is always active. Those suggestions are going to go straight to your subconscious mind, and you can reprogram the way you think about your own health. As a matter of fact, I've gotten emails from people that have used my programs, and they go, this one lady said, I've talked myself out of exercising my whole entire life. I listen to your program, and for whatever reason, I just get up and my power walk every morning.
There you go.
I don't even know why. I just automatically do it.
I don't even
Right?
know why.
Yeah, I just get up and I want to move. I want to walk.
Clearly, it's can you do self hypnosis that way? Like, can I just record myself saying, "Go power walking every morning"?
By all means, by all means. And all hypnosis is self-hypnosis.
Yeah.
A big misperception, and I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot here a little bit, is that people go, "Oh my God, he's a hypnotist. Don't look in his eyes because he'll hypnotize you." Well, the truth is that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. Therefore, you allow that hypnotist to lead yourself back into where you need to go.
Talking more with Jimmy G, hypnotist from Jimmy G's Hypnotic Comedy Show when daytime returns. Stick around. It is such a great event, always popular, the London Wine and Food Show, taking place at the Western Fair District, January 16th, 17th, and 18th. For details, go to westernfairdistrict.com. For more community events, visit rogerstv.com. Sorry, I'm just pretending I was hypnotized. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Daytime here on Rogers TV. We're here with Jimmy G, hypnotist. And Jimmy, we've been talking about, you kind of play these two roles as a hypnotist. I mean, you're an entertainer, you're on stage making people laugh, having a lot of fun, but as Susanna mentioned, there's a serious side. And I think at this time of year, a lot of people may have made New Year's resolutions and failed by this point. So do you see a lot of people coming to you for help at this time of year?
Well, yes, the biggest New Year's resolution is lose weight, followed by quit smoking, and then maybe I'm going to not drink as much, and all those little things, or improve your memory.
Yes.
And so many people the inquiries start coming in. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does it, I mean, how does that actually work? Do we need to like set up an appointment with you? Is there a consultation? I mean, what form does this actually take?
Well, there's a lot of, there's a lot of very well-qualified hypnotherapists out there. I mean, you can find them right in the phone books or online, and every major city usually has at least one or two. They're great people to go to solve those problems on an individual basis. Myself, with my touring schedule, it's kind of hard for me to see people one-on-one.
Yeah.
Therefore, that's why I offer the audio hypnosis programs online, so people can simply download them. They just listen to them every night when they go to sleep at night, and the changes take effect in that respect.
We can get those at lifepowermastery.com?
Lifepowermastery.com.
Beautiful.
What's your background and how did you get into this line of work?
Well, it's an interesting story. How I got into hypnosis, I found an ad in the back of a classified magazine, or a classified ad, and it said, double your income guaranteed in 30 days using the power of hypnosis. And I thought, for $15, what have I got to lose? And it was so long ago that I got a cassette tape back in the mail.
Nice.
Right? And so the instructions were simply, listen to this cassette every night when you go to sleep at night. And so I did. And within 2 weeks, I started a conversation with this stranger, and he said, today's a great day. And I said, why is that? He said, I quit my job. And I thought, well, that's not really a great day.
That's not a great thing, yeah.
He said, no, I got a better one. And then all of a sudden he kind of got this strange look. He said, do you want my job? And I said, yeah, okay, whatever. And I was working at just a minimum wage job at the time. He said, tell you what, I'm going to phone my boss. He'll expect your call. Phone him after work. So I did. And the guy goes, I was waiting for your call. He said, can you come to my office? I drove down to his office, 5-minute conversation. Nothing had to do with the actual job. He said, you start on Monday. And I said, you don't even know me. He said, you came with a great recommendation. And I said, the guy
what?
the guy
He didn't know me either.
So I told him, I asked him, I said, how much does it pay? It was exactly double what I was making.
Wow.
From there, I was hooked.
That's hilarious.
And to this day, I still listen to audio hypnosis programs to just tune in my brain, with whatever I want to work on.
I think that's just a great thing to have that ability to constantly be kind of giving your brain a tune-up, your mind a tune-up.
Well,
right?
with my Increase Your Income program, I mean, I listen to that when the phone stops ringing and things get a little slow. I listen to that program, and I swear to God, the phone just automatically starts ringing. And I don't question it. I just let it happen.
I just let it happen. Well, as we mentioned before, you do play this dual role between helping people in their lives and just making
Yucking
people
it up.
laugh. Exactly. You do have a show coming up on February 14th.
Yes, I do.
What is that show?
That is a fundraiser for the Port Stanley Skating Club.
Okay.
And it's going to be held at the Port Stanley Legion, February 14th. I believe ticket prices are $25 for one. And for the guys out there, take your wife out because it's $45 for the pair.
I think a lot of people, and I know Suzanne included, are a little afraid of hypnotist shows because they think, oh no, I'm going to end up as part of the show. So do the back rows fill up first?
Yeah, it's kind of a tendency.
Yeah.
I mean, because they see the word comedy and everybody has this preconceived notion is like the guy's going to pick on me, which in my show I don't. It's all on a volunteer basis. The second thing is that a lot of people have been to Las Vegas. They've seen the R-rated adult shows
Sure.
type of thing, and they get a little preconceived notion that they're going to be embarrassed or humiliated. That does not happen in my show either. It's just a great time. Everybody's going to experience a great experience that they're going to be bragging about for the rest of their lives.
Nobody's going to be doing anything that they don't want to do. You're not going to force
Exactly.
anybody to do anything.
Well, I do give an example before I do start the show, and I say, listen, once you're hypnotized, if I suggested for you to go to your bank and withdraw all your money and give that money to me, you're not the type of person that will do that. You won't do that under hypnosis either.
And if you are the type of person that
Well,
will
then
do
I'll
that,
set up a private session after the show.
exactly. Then definitely get a hold of Jimmy. So during a usual show, how many people would you put under? What's your average?
I like to start with 20 volunteers. And that usually gives a lot of people that want to experiment with it, at least even experience 5 minutes of a great relaxation, to come up and participate. Normally out of that, if I get 10, 12, 15 people that go under, I'm going to weed out until I get down to the best ones that are the most animated, because that's going to produce a great entertainment show.
Well, today you started with 4, so that's not good odds. So you'll have to come back and try again for us, all right?
Sure, we'll bring in 20 volunteers and go from there.
I love it. Hypnotist JimmyG.com is the website, or lifepowermastery.com if you want to change something in your life. We're back with more Daytime right after this. Join us at the London Convention Center on Thursday, February the 6th for the 8th annual